YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the market crash that is happening right now because of the glitched drop that has been announced for tomorrow or today, depending on when y'all are watching this. That obviously includes Invincible Wemby and 100 overall Ben Simmons. Then you have the glitched festival with point guard Invincible Jokic and point guard Invincible Jimmy Butler and 100 overall Chet and Harden, and all these ridiculous, insane cards, even some of the best dark matters we've seen all year as well. We have so many insane cards coming in tomorrow's drop. Plus, with it being a festival event, we're also guaranteed to get HOF boxes. And so what that means is that there are going to be a lot of people pulling a lot of really good cards in tomorrow's drop. And there are a lot of people wanting to buy really good cards from tomorrow's drop, like Ben Simmons, Victor Wembanyama, etc. Guys like that who are going to be auctionable. So with that being said, what that is producing is a significant market crash right now. Cards that were over a million MT easily, 2 million MT, are just cheaper and cheaper now. I mean, if there is a 100 overall that you have specifically been targeting that you really want, now is probably going to be a really good time to try to buy that card over the next day or two, because I just think you're going to be able to get a lot better deals on a lot of these guys if there are specific cards you've been wanting to target. And honestly, that goes for every position and every tier. I just think as a whole, you're going to see the market crash substantially over the next couple of days with these HOF boxes. I would assume, like, let's for example, let's go take a look at what Galaxy Opal Victor Wembanyama is going for. That's a card that I'd be interested to see. Wow, 430k with less than a minute left. 5 legend badges. This one's a 450k, 13 legend badges. These cards are affordable now, and they're realistically only going to get probably more affordable because, again, people are panic selling these cards to try to get better cards. Now, what that means is I do think the market will go up at least a little bit next week. Maybe not a lot. It certainly probably won't drop dramatically below this point that it is already dropping to, when you have so many good cards that are going to be ending for a lot cheaper than they were. I mean, the amount of, like, Terry Dishinger looks like he's 100k. How many? Let's see who at Dark Matters are buyouts now. Earlier, I think it was yesterday, I checked the Dark Matter buyouts, and the only Dark Matter that was a buyout was Gordon Hayward at the time when I saw that. Gordon Hayward is, Jeremy Lin is, George Gervin is, Joe Johnson is, Andre Bargnani is, again, Chris Paul is. I think Terry Dishinger looks like he's ending at right about 100k, so he's probably about 100k too. Just in general, if there are cards you're looking to get, they're cheap. Luol Deng for 185k is a great price. If you need a small forward, that is an elite card for less than 200,000 MT. Joel Embiid for 130k. That is a really good card. This Andre Kirilenko is at 104k with 17 seconds left. This is like one of the 3 or 4 best small forwards that you can buy that isn't 100 overall. He is an extremely elite card. I mean, if you are looking for cards right now, it is a great time to buy them because they are so affordable, especially these lower tier cards, Dark Matter and below. If you're looking to buy cards, now is the time. But I would highly recommend making sure, I personally wouldn't sell right now, is basically what I will say. I think selling right now would be a pretty bad idea. I just think you're probably going to wind up losing MT significantly. Now, realistically, are you going to gain that much MT if you sell in a week? Probably not, but you might not lose quite as much. And I don't think it's worth ripping apart your team if you have a bunch of sellable cards that you're trying to sell for one specific card, because at the end of the day, let's be realistic. Ben Simmons is going to be 3 million MT tomorrow at a very minimum, maybe more. Wemby's going to be 8 or 9, you know what I mean? At least maybe he'll be 10 mil. He's going to be unbelievably expensive. That is as end game of a card as it possibly gets. A 7'4" dude with 99 stats and badges that are all basically legend badges and HOF badges for I don't know, 7'4" power. He's going to be ridiculous. The card is going to be absolutely insane. So what you're looking at is the cards that are probably most desirable tomorrow being extremely expensive. So what's the point in selling these cards anyway, if you're probably not going to get enough MT to actually get those guys? And then the other thing is that I personally believe the budget cards tomorrow look awesome. So I feel like if you're going to want to fill spots, there will be affordable cards. Like I have about 2 million MT, right? I had about 2.3, I believe, earlier this week, but I bought 100 overall Clyde and then resold him and lost like 200k MT in doing that. So that was unfortunate. But in general, my 2 million in T tomorrow is going to be able to get me cards that I want to get. Like Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo looks like he is probably going to be an absolute monster if he's anything like the Dark Matter cards that he's gotten a couple times in previous 2Ks with an elite jumper and all that type of stuff. Great speed, great size, all that type of stuff. That's a card I want to add tomorrow. Maybe a big point guard, potentially Josh Giddey from the exchange. Potentially there'll be elite level budget card that I can get. Potentially there'll be another stud Dark Matter point guard in tomorrow's drop outside of the Luka that's coming or something. But maybe I want to add a point guard with size so that I have an elite level point guard to try to slow down a Ben Simmons. Like, at the end of the day, I think there's going to be options tomorrow, so I wouldn't panic is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, the game's as pay to win as it's ever been anyway, so that's not going to change. That was already true before this drop. It was already, you're not beating a team with KD and Giannis and Yao Ming if you don't have them, unless you're just way better than the player you're playing against. So if that's already the truth, why panic about it? Because it ain't changing much. Yeah, sure. You're probably not going to beat Invincible Wemby and Invincible Jokic at point guard and all that type of stuff if you have a squad that looks anything like mine or worse. And I know a lot of y'all's teams are worse than mine, but let's be realistic. That's how it was already, right? So is it worth panicking about that? In my personal opinion, the answer is no. That's why I say probably not the time to just panic sell your stuff. That being said, I do hope that there is a lot of legitimate grindability to this event. I do think it will continue to likely drop the market or keep the market low anyways over the next couple weeks, because we'll get HOF boxes next week as well, because, you know, 2K's got to make their money. Of course they're bringing back the event. Why would they not bring back the events? The events are what's making them the most money, right? All these HOF boxes are making them a ton of money, but I can't really blame them because it's about money. So I don't know. My thoughts, again, if you're looking to buy somebody, now is the time to go get them. See if you can get them with extra badges as well, is probably one of my biggest recommendations. Like, this is kind of, I mean, 20 legend badges on a Beasley, 526k with 31 minutes left. That will obviously go for more, but at the same time, I really think you can get some really great values on a lot of really, really good cards. And I think you can look to take advantage of that before this festival event as well. But yeah, we will have to wait and see either way. I am hoping, a little sidetracked, that it is at least a guaranteed 100 overall. I would love to see, and this is wishful thinking, this won't happen, but like a 5% chance at an invincible card, kind of like there was a 5% chance at an invincible card in the, or at a 100 overall card in the Bracket Busters Festival. I think that would be neat. Just my opinion. We'll see. But I'm hoping we get good content. My Twitch chat is freaking out. I don't know why. Did something happen? I don't know what they're yelling about. All right. Well, point being, that is going to do it for the video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.